OMT Online Dynasty, we are back. Our Week 5 game of the week, an American Conference clash between Spicy and his Colorado State Rams taking on Rainbow and the San Diego State Aztecs. Two high-powered, explosive offenses. We're expecting a lot of yards and a lot of points in this matchup. So Colorado State and Spicy coming into this one 3-1 overall, already dropped one American Conference game. Now, this is their first season up in the American Conference. Last year, they were in our bronze, the Sun Belt, but by going undefeated in the regular season, winning the Sun Belt Championship, they earned their promotion up to the American. Or obviously, they're not going to go undefeated again, but they are certainly still in play for earning that promotion up for next season. One loss ain't going to kill you. It does kind of lower your margin of error here throughout the rest of the season. We'll see if they can get back on track here. But that one loss was to Army last week, a 48-41 absolute shootout. In those 41 points, the lowest point total of the season for Colorado State so far. They will be in the UCF playbook using a lot of their empty, like I said, they can put up points in bunches, but so can Rainbow and San Diego State coming to this one 3-1. We did feature them in week 0 where they got the 49-44 win over the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors, but they are looking to get back on track after dropping one last week to Washington State 38-35, and that 35 points, the lowest point total of the season for San Diego State. So both of these teams can really move the rock, really put up points. San Diego State, fittingly enough, is going to be in the Colorado State Air Raid playbook. A super fun conference clash coming our way. Two superstar quarterbacks, two high-powered offenses. We are in for a heck of a game here. Now, if you haven't seen any of these before, this is our 32-user online dynasty. We all took group of 5 teams that were 2 stars or below. We are about halfway through season 5 at this point, so some of these guys have really built up some good squads. And it's been super fun. If you're interested in potentially joining for this year or into College Football 27, it is all done through the Discord. Link for that is down in the description there. Just make a post, tag me, DM me, do whatever. Just let me know you want on the wait list. It is like 25 people right now, so it'll be a little bit before your spot opens up. Who knows, maybe in College Football 27 we will go to 2 leagues. I don't know. I think I would just have to step back and be just a commissioner if we do that, but it might be something worth looking into. Could be a lot of fun, who knows. And if you guys could do me a gigantic favor, hit that like button right down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, all that stuff, it really does help a ton. So I think that covers everything we have to do here right at the beginning. Let's go ahead, throw it over to the video board, and we can take a look at the depth charts for Colorado State and San Diego State, starting with Spicy and his Rams. And like we said at the beginning, superstar quarterback, really on both sides, but this Treston McMillan is an absolute stud that Spicy's got here. He's playing up to a 94 overall. A ton of abilities: magician, option king, shifty, sidestep, workhorse, impact, depth trait. I mean, he's a redshirt senior, so that doesn't matter as much. 89 speed, great excel, great agility, just great across the board. This guy, truly an unbelievable weapon for Colorado State. We expect him to make some pretty wild throws here throughout this game. Wouldn't shock me in the slightest. Now at halfback, neither of these teams are really going to be running the ball a whole heck of a lot. So the halfbacks on the teams don't really matter a ton, especially for Colorado State. San Diego State does run the ball a little bit more, but Warren Ruffin will be our halfback one. Still a solid option, 83 overall, 91 speed, 90 excel, 99 agility, but no abilities on that young man. At wide receiver, we are going to have Kareem Worthy. So if you remember, I think it was week 3 for Colorado State where we featured them. It was either a game break or maybe it was just the halftime highlights, but Kareem Worthy was an absolute dog. I was going to bring up his game log to see which game it was, but then I realized that actually spoils our game of the week here. It showed the final score of the game here between San Diego State, so you'll just have to take my word for it. It was against North Texas, and he had 4 catches, 165 yards, and 4 touchdowns in that game. He's had a touchdown in every single game this season, and Colorado State has only played 1 CPU game, so he's gone against a lot of users, and Kareem Worthy has been getting his every single week. So number 9, the wide receiver on Colorado State, somebody to keep our eye on throughout this game. Then we have Miles Scobie, a silver cutter, always nice to have on the field there. Redshirt sophomore, impact dev. So this is our second to last season. Year 6 is going to be our last year. Scobie is going to be a good weapon for Colorado State to have, and Worthy, as long as he doesn't transfer out or go pro or anything like that, which I wouldn't imagine he would, just being an 82 overall, but who knows, crazier things have happened, potentially. Doug Harbor, true freshman, only a normal dev, but 92 speed right out the gate and 6'4", so a very solid group of wide receivers for Colorado State. At least when it comes to their top three, they're looking pretty good across the board. At tight end, we are going to have 84 overall, 84 speed. Eric Berry, the old chief safety, found some old eligibility. I'm pretty sure I made this joke already, maybe last year, about Colorado State. But Silver Sure Hands Impact of 6'5", very, very solid tight end. Really just good weapons in the wide receiver room and the tight ends for Colorado State. With that superstar quarterback, you can see how this offense has been humming at the rate it has been here so far. Offensive line, let's see, solid left tackle, good abilities across the board, good enough left guard, an okay center, inside shield, got a quick step, option shield, outside shield on our right guard, and then our other tackle, a platinum quick drop on Jacob Tracy. Pretty solid offensive line for Colorado State. Defensively, let's see what we got here. Obviously, much better offense than defense, as you can see on the board there. The 84 overall offense, 74 overall defense for the 2-star Colorado State Rams. How they are 2-star and Old Dominion is 1.5-star makes no sense. And by the way, Old Dominion, we are going to be back with some user games here finally. I know it's been quite a while, but we will be back shortly. Week 5 was our last bye week of the season. Then we're going to have 8 straight user games. So Old Dominion will be back on here shortly. Anyway, back to the topic at hand here with Colorado State. I mean, a solid enough defensive line. You got a nice 85 speed on BJ James, a nice Sam linebacker. I mean, for me, speed on linebackers is kind of my big thing. If you can get 85 plus, you're looking pretty good. And we actually have Ezekiel Kumaro, true freshman, star dev with 88 speed lurker, a 6'1", 184. So that might have been a converted safety just from that size versus Enrique Bale, 5'11", 245. So a little short, but 85 speed on that gentleman. Will linebacker is going to be Ezekiel Kumaro. He had, 6'1", 184. That had to be a safety moved over. And our position change rules, you can move like safeties to linebackers and stuff, just you can't move them back. We do have a rule about multiple position changes during one offseason because it just breaks the skill caps and makes guys like freakishly good. So we don't allow that. But if you want to take a safety to linebacker, a halfback to wide receiver, anything like that, you can do it once, totally fine. Cornerbacks for Colorado State, 84 overall, 92 speed. Kari Tai, 5'10", 197 with some jammer. Then it gets a little dicey after that. Ben Winton, at least he's 6'1", 91 speed. That's all good. Normal depth trade, only 69 overall, but at least he's got the height. At least he's got the speed, but we'll see if San Diego State's able to take advantage of the cornerback room here of Colorado State. And free safety, 66 overall, 86 speed, James Yoder. Strong safety is a corner, 69 overall, 87 speed. Okay, so the secondary of Colorado State, not looking super hot. We can kind of see why the offense has to put up so many points, maybe to help make up for this secondary and this defense. So that is how Colorado State is shaping up. Let's take a look at Rainbow in the San Diego State Aztecs. The 1.5-star program, but 84s across the board, 84 overall offense and defense. And here's their superstar halfback to match up with Mr. McMillan on the Colorado State side of things. It is going to be Trayvon Hicks, 90 overall, playing up to a 91, 83 speed. So not super fast, but fast enough he can still be a threat with his legs. 97 throw power, we see 99 short accuracy, extender dot, mobile resistance, 95 medium, 96 deep, unbelievable accuracies, great throw power, very, very good quarterback. San Diego State's got working here. Hopefully they can all stay healthy because you'd hate to go to your quarterback 3 if you're the Aztecs here. At halfback, Cortez Haddad, safety valve and recoup, 84 overall, 92 speed, so very solid halfback. Again, San Diego State's not going to be running the ball a ton, but they will run it enough to keep you honest out of that air raid Colorado State playbook they will be running here. At wide receiver, the main guy we got to watch out for, Chad the Winter Soldier. Double dip takeoff at 94 speed, 85 overall. Love this guy. He has been awesome for San Diego State throughout his many years with the Aztecs. Wide receiver 2 is going to be Clark McManus, the contested specialist, 6'3", silver 50-50, 82 overall, 90 speed. Then a bit of a drop off from there. You got Marshall Iverson, Press Pro, Impact F 6'2", 193. You got Celeste Thrasher, true freshman, also an Impact F, but only 82 speed as of right now. You do have a 93 speed hiding down here. Sam Vio, who looks like a freaking Appalachian mountain man there with an impact dev trade. So you do get a little bit of speed there, but the overalls and everything does take a bit of a drop after the Winter Soldier. And McManus, who was the star of the show in week 0, though, was the tight end of San Diego State. That was Mr. Sunday Conversation himself, Caleb Presley. I believe he had 4 touchdowns in that week 0 game, 81 overall, 87 speed, 6'4", silver sure hands, the transfer from Sam Houston. Sorry, whoa twice. But your boy's been thriving in his new home here in San Diego. He just needed that, I was going to say he needed that beach life, but technically there are beaches near Houston. They're just not quite as nice as the ones in San Diego, believe it or not. Left tackle, strong grip, second level. Let's see his rest of his offensive line. Outside shield there, very solid center. Right guard, good enough with a quick step. So abilities kind of across the offensive line. That's definitely something we're noticing that I've messed up with Old Dominion. I don't think I have a single ability on our offensive line, and all of these guys have abilities all across their offensive line. So just something for us maybe to keep in mind. Probably not for, at least for College Football 27. Just something to keep in mind. Defensively, for San Diego State, we have got a stud at left edge with Vernon Thacker. Pocket Disruptor, Platinum. Inside Disruptor and Workhorse, 91 overall. Left edge. At right edge, we got another Pocket Disruptor with Sankara Harmon. D tackles, taking a bit of a step back, but those are really good edges, so having a step back there is understandable. We do have a silver quick jump hiding with Mr. Moore Watkins, so I'm wondering if we're going to see him onto the field here at all for the San Diego State defense. Take a look at their linebackers quick here. A little slow at that first linebacker position. I believe that's Sam. I could be wrong. Our Mike linebacker, though, James Shivers, 6'1", 239, Platinum Workhorse Hammer, 86 speed. Good enough. That can certainly work on your field. And hiding down here, though, Brian Tam, thumper linebacker, redshirt freshman with 88 speed. Interesting. Cornerbacks for San Diego State, 94 overall, 92 speed, silver blanket coverage, 5'11", Antonio Goings, very solid cornerback 1. Then a bit of a drop off as we see again that San Diego State tradition of having that two-way player. This time it is Clark McManus. For years, it was Ivan Carrion, who was playing wide receiver and corner and was an absolute stud. He made some great plays for San Diego State on defense. We'll see if McManus can live up to that legacy of Mr. Carrion. At free safety, we are going to have Jory Shore, the Jersey Shore from Salt Lake City. Star Dev, redshirt freshman, 79 overall, 90 speed. Looks pretty solid, but that name really threw me for a loop there for a second. Then a strong safety, Tyler Muma, 74 overall, 87 speed. So that is how our two teams are set up here. We're not going to have any game breaks throughout this one. We did have a decent amount of user games, but we didn't have a decent amount of close user games, unfortunately. So we're just going to have halftime highlights, and even that's just going to be one game. But let's just get right on into it. Let's head down to the field. Let's head to San Diego. Check out Colorado State taking on San Diego State. And this game is all going to be from the Colorado State perspective, and as usual with our games of the week, we are just going to be watching the full first drive of each team and then start jumping around a little bit from there. We want to get an idea of what these offenses are going to be about, and right away San Diego State goes with the run. Ignore what I said in the beginning. I did say, though, San Diego State will run the ball enough to at least try to keep you honest. You can't just be guessing pass and going for everything. So Colorado State's coming out and like showing blitz and bringing both their safeties actually down on the line. And we had the deep streak on the right, but a good find over the middle to, who was that coming down with that? A good ball by Trayvon Hicks, of course. But that's kind of the risk of having those safeties down on the line like that. The outside receiver ran right by the cloud and potentially had a touchdown early for San Diego State. We'll see. I mean, this is what they are doing here on the defensive side of things, just showing blitz, showing press across the board. Risky move with that Colorado State secondary. With how slow this secondary is, I don't know about this one. We'll see if San Diego State's going to be able to take advantage, but we just don't have the speed for our safeties to really be able to get back. We're going to just a little mesh spot. Hicks taking off and running, finding some yardage there at least. Was pretty good coverage against that specific play call, but we can look at the stats on our screen up wherever it is. 559 yards per game for Colorado State, 523 for San Diego State, both with 25 first downs per game, both with 6 touchdowns per game. The offenses are unbelievable. Now, San Diego State coming out in a little bit of empty. We're expecting to see more of this out of Colorado State. Good user defense, or was it? Because that is a penalty and a catch by the Winter Soldier. It looked like Enrique Bale was kind of all over that one. Bale, maybe a fitting last name for what happened there for Rainbow and San Diego State, but that is a first down for the Aztecs, already inside the 30-yard line here of the Rams. So we're trying to move that outside third out a little bit to hopefully have him get back in time. It's still going to be tough, and that's the Winter Soldier again. He might have had that first catch too, actually. I think he's gotten all 3 catches here so far for the Aztecs and single-handedly moving San Diego State down inside the red zone here, just a minute and a half into this ball game. And San Diego State keeping that pressure on here on the offensive side of things. I thought I would have bid on that play action for sure. A run there would have made sense. Trying to roll out with Hicks, trying to maybe force a throw in there. Pressure gets in, forces the incompletion as we get an injury to a San Diego State offensive lineman. Always devastating. Those Colorado State helmets are sick. I just noticed those. I hadn't seen those before. Those look really cool. A little cover 6 Willie, it looks like, and we're going for that corner out. And who else? Of course, Mr. Sunday Conversations himself, Glenny Balls in the crowd somewhere going nuts. Caleb Presley wins on the corner out, in for the early San Diego State touchdown. High-paced offense, high-octane action on display early. Let's see what the Rams and Spicy can answer back with here. So yeah, empty tray. I believe what he said was his favorite formation. That's the reason he went to this UCF playbook. So I'm interested to see what he's gonna be able to draw up here. Because I know last year when we featured Colorado State in a game of the week, they were in Utah, which is personally my favorite empty. But any of these empties where you have a tight end attached, I'm a big fan of. So then the defense can't just send 6 because they see you coming out and empty. So going 5 wide, stemming up that little shake route, trying to get a flat return combo going over on the right, but can't hot route within 7 seconds. get the false start, and it's going to be a 1st and 15 for Colorado State. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I'm interested. We're going to see what some of these route combos and things are. But there's a gentleman on YouTube named Seeve, S-E-E-V-E, who runs a ton of 5 wide. Like, that's his only offense. He usually plays mutt, but he'll do College Ultimate Team at the start of the year too. Interested to see if we're seeing similar route combos here from Colorado State. See if maybe he might be a Sieve fan, much like myself. I do enjoy watching the Sieve videos. It looks like a disgusting offense that he runs. But yeah, he does love those return routes underneath, especially against zone coverage. And then you have that shake route for when they're in man. That was a dicey one. That was a close one. Luckily, we've got a superstar quarterback with McMillan. But man, was that safety coming down quick on that one. But Eric Berry is able to beat him to the spot and come down with that catch. First down for Colorado State. Just 2 plays here. We're already at the 50-yard line again, stemming that shake. Those shake routes, typically I've only seen him really work super well against man. But, I mean, we had him open again. We're trying to make a play with McMillan. The pressure was coming in. Flushes him out to the right, away from all his open receivers that were over on the left. Has to just take that one for a run, much like we saw Hicks do on their opening drive. Just take your 4 yards, play it safe, play it smart. Coming out with a little 4 verticals, little all-go type of action here. Throwing some more return routes underneath. Now, big fan of those return routes on his inside slot receivers. We got to do something else with our tight end here, though, don't we? Or do we just keep him on that? I guess we do just keep him on that. And go for that return route over on the left. Find it to number 87. If you're playing drop zone, those return routes are almost always going to get open against this 5 wide. And we've seen it a couple times here already. Wouldn't be surprised to see Spicy stick in route combos like that. So 1st and 10 now at San Diego State's 41. McMillan and the Colorado State offense got it moving here, trying to answer back that early touchdown from the Aztecs. Staying in this 5 wide offense. Let's see what we're going to draw up here. Coming out in the shakes play again. See, this is a good play to come out in because that route your tight end is on, that shake route, you can't actually like hot route and put him on that. So coming out in something that has that on your tight end and then hot routing around makes a lot of sense. So now instead of the returns, we're going to have whip routes, and we find number 85, Jameson Sheed, out on the right flat there. Oh, I love those Colorado State uniforms. The helmet, like all about it. Those look fantastic. Again, coming out in our shakes play, going to be stemming that up again. But San Diego State hasn't been calling too much man, but we have had that shake route because I want to say the Aztecs run quite a bit of match. That shake route should still work pretty well against that. Going a streak slot fade over on the right. The shake route on our tight end. Potential. Can we get our feet down? No, we can't. See, having that on the short side, I think kind of jammed up Colorado State a little bit there. He had some space. He had one defender trying to guard both of those routes, but unfortunately the sideline was an extra defender in that situation, unable to get the toe tap. Incomplete pass. Well, let's see what we're going to draw up here on this 3rd and 3. Going with a flood over on the left side, at least for now. We see that single high safety, so we're going to see if we can't get a seam streak. We cannot. We had the flood, a good playmaker up, but McMillan, that is a tough throw. That is a tough throw, but one we kind of, no, that was McMillan. I don't know why they're showing the backup quarterback there, Walker, who I do believe actually comes in for a little bit here in this game. But rolling to the left, going back across his body. That was a good playmaker, had the guy wide open, McMillan unable to hit it. So early 4th and 3 for this Colorado State offense. We're seeing press across the board, two safeties up high. It is, can we fit that in there? Oh, we can, of course. Kareem, the dream worthy. He does not need much space on that outside to come down with that rock. McMillan, trust his man, comes down with a good answer back there from Colorado State. Ties back up at 7 apiece. The Aztecs offense not going to take it, laying down there, coming right back out here, going with their own little flood there. A nice switch by Colorado State, but just not able to keep up with Caleb Presley. What was he? 87 speed Presley was? That's going to be tough for this Colorado State defense to keep up with an 87 speed tight end like that. Looked like we potentially had him, but not quite. We're going to be dropping back here again, maybe taking a deep shot, deep over the middle. If we had a little bit more room there, I think Solder could have outran him. I don't know if Hicks could have made that throw, as that was tough. But again, we much like what happened with San Diego State on defense, that out of bounds line working as an extra defender there for the Rams. Solder did look like he was kind of getting by his guys here. That's the risk of that big press show blitz defense that Colorado State is doing. I'm expecting to see a big play or two from San Diego State in this game if Colorado State is going to stay in that defense. Now we're getting a little empty bunch open from the Aztecs. We'll see what they're going to be drawing up here. So staying 3 downs, I just really feel like that outside third on the right is liable to just get ran by at some point. Or the outside third on the left. They're liable to just get ran by at some point. That is the halfback, Cortez Haddad, beating the man downfield. San Diego State putting another touchdown on the board here, 14-7. These offenses, man, there's something else. And right as we're talking up the offenses, we're going to get a big play by a defense here. A 3rd and 4 for Colorado State, trying to answer back, trying to keep pace with the San Diego State offense. Dropping back to pass, got the shake route underneath, had wide, trying to force it in late, but the outside corner able to get back over there in time and make the play. The one star player between either of these secondaries, able to go get that interception and give San Diego State the ball back. Antonio Goings able to break on that. Huge play by the Aztecs defense. Let's see if that offense is going to be able to keep this pressure on Colorado State. Well, they cannot. It is the 2nd and 5, 2 plays later. Time running out on the first half. Rolling out is Hicks, looking downfield, trying to throw it back over the middle. Always a risky decision. And the Colorado State defense immediately answers the call, gets that ball right back for the high-powered Colorado State offense. Crazy back and forth there. Really tried to force that one with Hicks. Maybe just tried to throw that one away. Obviously easy for me to say. As somebody who throws a lot of stupid passes. Very easy for me to say. So let's see what Colorado State's got here. Ball at San Diego State's 30 now. Coming back out in that shakes play. Expecting a lot of different hot routes and different things here. Use those flats to try to kind of open up some space underneath potentially. And see what we can do. San Diego State coming in with a stunt there, getting some pressure in that shake route, gets wide open over the middle, goes for, oh no, he could have walked in for the touchdown. San Diego State's defender tripped over his own shoelaces there, but Eric Berry tries to spin and then trips over the San Diego State defender. All's well that ends well. McMillan will just keep it himself and take it in for the score. So Colorado State's defense able to answer back, get that big play, give the ball back, and the offense takes advantage. Tying us back up at 14. The mascot there doing a little spin cycle around the pylon. Touchdown for the Rams. And the Aztecs come firing right back out of that Colorado State's 41-yard line, trying to get this lead right back, and there's that run to Cortez Haddad, but good user defense by Spicy, able to fill that gap. Nowhere for Haddad to go. 4 carries for 11 yards. Enough to keep you honest, enough to, you can't just totally write off the run game of San Diego State. And Haddad had that great touchdown catch too. So 2nd and 8, going back into some spread, a lot of crossers, drags, finds that deep crosser, beautiful find there by Rainbow, and the Winter Soldier. How do we not keep our feet in there, brother? You make the great catch, you break the tackle of Superman right off your hip there, like he's not even there, keeps it walking, keeps it moving, but unfortunately unable to stay in. But it still sets up a nice little 1st and goal for San Diego State here at the 6-yard line. So I believe we came out in mid blitz and we put a QB spy and a couple hard flats and another zone out here. A lot of defensive adjustments going on for Spicy. Rushing 1. That's nasty. That's nasty business. Coming out in double mug mid blitz and then ending up just rushing 1. It worked. I mean, Hicks didn't know what to do. Tried to take off and run there, but the QB spy able to force him out of bounds for a gain of nothing. Potentially even a loss of 1, or did he have it at the 6? Who could possibly say? 2nd and goal now for San Diego State. Coming back out in the mid blitz, this time rushing 3, so a little bit more. Trying to force the cross over the middle, but the user defender is there. I thought he was going to dive down and be down at the 1-yard line. But James Yoder gets that interception for Colorado State, getting that ball back to the offense. Another big play. I was not expecting this many big plays from the defenses here in this one, but we've seen them from both sides now. Now the pressure's going to be on San Diego State, and the Aztecs defense step up here. Colorado State's got it moving. They are down to the San Diego State 37-yard line, going back that double return play. Again, hoping he's in zone coverage and we can try to hit one of those return routes. Wow. Whoa, number 85. It's number 85. That is Jameson Sheed, coming down with that catch and breaking every tackle in the world. I thought he was going to score that for a second. But eventually San Diego State's able to bring him down at the 24-yard line. We're going to flip our shake over here, give it to Eric Berry. It's like a blizzard, you know, you have flip it every once in a while, make sure it's still good. Stemming that up, going with the seam streak over on RB. We potentially had that seam streak going for the out, and oh, the slot corner was so close to getting out there to make that play, but just a step behind it. 1st and goal for Colorado State at the 8-yard line now. We are going to snap this before the 2-minute warning. Going to try to get a little QB draw, use those legs of McMillan. Nowhere, nothing doing on that one. Now a 2nd and goal at the 8. And for the first time, I believe, in this game, we are seeing Colorado State not come out in an empty set. We're probably looking for that out route, not going to have it. Looking for B, not going to have it. Are going to have our tight end. Caleb Presley got a touchdown on one side. Eric Berry answering right back with a pretty monster first half here of his own. Touchdown Colorado State. Again, that's 2 drives in a row now. You see that Colorado State defense actually be the one to step up and make a big play. Then the offense take advantage of it from down 14-7 to up 21-14. But we do have a minute 56. We do have 2 timeouts, and we do have a high-powered offense on the San Diego State side as well. And 15 seconds later, San Diego State is on Colorado State's 40-yard line here. These offenses, man, I wouldn't, I'm wondering, see, I like what Colorado State is doing when it comes to, if you're going to have your safeties down, he gave up on that crosser. It looked like we were going to have a deep middle coming open there, so he had to kind of go watch that to try to take away the touchdown. But then Caleb Presley gets left wide open on that left sideline. Rainbow finds him. Hicks already 265 yards on the day here so far. But what I was saying is I like what Colorado State is doing, coming out in a lot of that 3 double cloud and then moving the outside third that's on the wide side of the field. Move him out a little bit so he can hopefully get out to that outside wide receiver if he's out on a streak on that play. And there goes Cortez Haddad. The Colorado State defense is all knocked on there, took us there, and Haddad answers back in 50 seconds. Didn't even have to use any timeouts. But now we get kind of the flip situation with Colorado State. They still have a minute and 2 seconds. They still got 2 timeouts. They could still get some points here before half. And we did get it past midfield here. We had to burn 1 timeout. There's only 19 seconds left, but the ball's at San Diego State's 47. Probably 1 first down away from realistically being able to kick a field goal. I don't know what their kicking situation is. But yeah, a lot of those like out routes and the shake routes, it's definitely some sieve vibes from this offense. Hoping they're in deep zones and things. We are going to trust our guy, throw for that seam streak. Gets knocked away. I mean, we've seen a couple one-on-ones. The receivers won pretty much every time so far in this one. So why not trust him here one more time? So that's gonna leave 14 seconds here on the clock. What are we gonna draw up here? I mean, that shake route I feel like has been open almost every time. I wouldn't be surprised to see us go for that again. We can't, I don't know if we can really do the underneath, like the return routes on our slot here, unless we really are just settling for a field goal. We're taking off the shake route and actually going with a stem down post on our tight end, it looked like. Going with a seam streak. And we are going to have a return route over on the right. Okay. And had the seam streak again. We got the seam streak again. Is it a good ball by McMillan? What a play by Philip Babb to get up and swat that one away. It certainly looked like a touchdown for Colorado State on that, but at the last second he sticks his hand up and deflects that pass. Maybe, I mean, McMillan, maybe we need to put a little bit more air on that ball. I don't know. That sure looked like it was a Colorado State touchdown to me. So now we got 8 seconds, a 3rd and 10 prevent defense here. I don't know, because Colorado State still got a timeout. So even a first down here is huge for the Rams to try to get 3 on the board. We're going to be rushing 2. We're going with that shake route. It cooked him again. That shake route's unbelievable. The shake route is so good. Like, it's so good. Even the user defender on that, unless you know it's that shake route, it's going to get you. You're going to bite on it, and it's going to be wide open, and that's exactly what we saw there again. 3 seconds left, a 45-yard field goal here on the road. This is not going to be an easy kick for Colorado State. We don't see any stadium pulse actually rocking on this one, so kicks up. It did stay in. It looked like it might have missed left there for a second, but the kick is up. The kick is good, and the Rams are going to take a 24-21 lead here into halftime as the offense is really, they've lived up to expectation. They have lived up to the hype here so far. That empty offensive spicy, you just can attack all over the field so easily in an offense like that. Utilize the shake route on your tight end, which I feel like, again, has been open almost every single play. Use those underneaths with those return routes and zig routes, and when they're least expecting it, sneak in a seam shriek, which I still think should have been a touchdown there for Colorado State before half, but they do settle for their 3, make it 24-21. I mean, we're expecting much of the same here in the second half between these two offenses. Why would you really change what you're doing on either side right now? Both offenses are working, moving the ball at a high clip, scoring a ton of points. The only difference really has been that Colorado State defense has made 1 extra play. They've gotten those 2 turnovers, San Diego State only with 1, and Colorado State takes a 3-point lead into half. So we do have one halftime highlight here. A super fun game that went down between Sam Houston and Hawaii. Now, Sam Houston, for the past few years, had been running the Hawaii playbook, but I actually changed it up for this season. Hawaii has been running the Hawaii playbook, but Sam Houston, to put on a show, did decide to go a little Hawaii versus Hawaii, run and shoot versus run and shoot action in this one, and it turned out to be a super fun game. So we can bring the highlights up here. Early on, first quarter, 3.5 minutes left, a 3rd and inches for the Sam Houston Bearcats with a K, don't you forget it. And this halfback of Sam Houston, I don't even know his name. I don't remember him from last year, but this guy's a stud. Takes it in, salute the crowd, early touchdown Sam Houston. The Bearcats get off to a fantastic start here. Again, there goes number 25, the running back of Sam Houston, on a huge carry down to about the 10-yard line. See, he might not have that top end speed, but much like Hawaii's running back, he's got that dog in him. So that puts Sam Houston down to a 1st and 10 at the 11, looking to extend their early lead here in the second quarter. About 5 minutes left in the half in this one. Going with a little play action this time, and a beautiful find on that outside slant, and Trayan, the superstar wide receiver of Sam Houston. They don't have Bethel Roman, the Roman Empire, acknowledge him, WrestleMania winner, new heavyweight champion. And speaking of Bethel Roman, he was always a danger on these special teams. He's gone. The special teams threat remains here for Sam Houston. You know, when we're showing a punt, something's going to happen. Big man number 89, breaking some tackles, showing some breakaway speed, takes in a punt return touchdown. Super rare that we see that, but a touchdown for Sam Houston is 21-3. But the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors and our guy Spence not gonna go down easy, coming back out onto the field here, finding Ian Pryor, the Dynasty leader, and got that dog in him. Takes that one down to a 1st and goal at the 1. I'm trying to make this at least more of a manageable game here for Hawaii before halftime. It was a good find there by number 10. Wait a little bit. It was a little check and release for Mr. Pryor, setting us up on a first and goal at the 1, and I love this. Go with a little speed option down here. We are going to snap this here eventually. Got to check our blocking, check everything else here, but we are going to go with the speed option and just cut it right up the middle and in for the Hawaii touchdown, making it a 21-10 ball game here with a minute left before half. Now into the second half, Sam Houston did get on the board here again. Hawaii got another field goal. It is 28-13. And look at this play. This, I'm just not even gonna say anything. Just watch this. What? What? The quarterback drops back at about 20 yards. He teleports, and my cursor goes crazy there. See, he got his feet in. He like teleported. Just insane. Whoop. I don't think I'd ever seen anything quite like that one before. Hawaii and another bad break here for Sam Houston right after that, which was crazy. The very next play, great user defense here by Woe twice, breaks perfectly on that drag right off his hands. It's just destined to be. EA wants a touchdown here for Hawaii, and Spence is going to answer that call for the Rainbow Warriors. Dropping back to pass, finding that little whip route over on the left, taking it down to the 1 yard line. I just couldn't believe that deep pass. We dropped back so far, chucked it 70 yards downfield. Guy jumps up, catches it, teleports to that right sideline, but still somehow gets his feet down. It was challenged even and upheld as a catch. And then Hawaii punches it in for the touchdown. It's going to make it, I don't remember if they go for 2 or not. They do. So it does make it an 8-point game, but Sam Houston back on the attack here early in the fourth quarter. First play of the fourth quarter, and who else but Trey? And you give us that one-on-one on the outside. We are going to take it. He is going to go get it because he's like 6'5", I think, has 50-50. He's going to go snag that ball. Hawaii came back, made it interesting, 38-35. The last play of the game, though, and Sam Houston, how else are we going to end this game? Drop back, really probably just looking to kill the rest of the clock, but might as well give it to Trey in one last time, see if he can't go make a play for us. And of course he does, and even waves goodbye to the fans here in Hawaii. Sam Houston wins this one 44-35. But Hawaii did outgain Sam Houston 436-405. I mean, they did run 10 more plays than they did. I just want to check, so no turnovers there, but I do want to check Trayan stats at the end of this one. Zachary Jennings keeping up his fantastic season for being a 78 overall. This guy has been wheeling and dealing. He can drop back 30 yards and still throw it 70 yards downfield and be able to come down with that ball. But I do want to check Mr. Trayan here. Like we said, the superstar, 6'6", platinum 50-50, balanced downhill, 6 catches, 85 yards, 3 touchdowns. If you're playing Sam Houston, you might want to make sure you're double teaming Enrique Trayan. The guy is unbelievable. But that is really going to be our only halftime highlight from today. We'll go over all the other user games and stuff at the end. But for now, let's just throw it back to our main event. It's going to be the Rams offense on the move first here. Just converted a big 3rd and 13. Just a little whip route that was left pretty dang open. The Rams were able to take advantage of. See, now we're going for that slot or streak slot fade combo, but to the wide side. I think I like this a little bit better. We'll see. No, we're not going to have it this time. Trying to roll out, find some space with McMillan, trying to playmaker, trusting in a one-on-one, but the user defender dropped back. And it's not even the user defender. It's the wide receiver. He made a play. Clark McManus, the wide receiver from San Diego State, jumping up and getting that interception for the Aztecs on defense. There's the big play. The Aztecs needed to kind of even the scales here a little bit. An interception now on each side. We will see if San Diego State's going to be able to take advantage like Colorado State has, because that's really the big thing. It's great you get that turnover, but we got to get some points off of it. Let's see what Rainbow can do. Well, it doesn't go great. Dropping back to pass here, looking for that out route, and great recovery by Yoder, the user defender of Spicy, all over it. Gonna take it for the pick 6, and that tilts the scales back in the favor of Colorado State. When you get 2 offenses like this, it typically is going to be what defense can make the bigger play, and so far Colorado State is winning that 3-2 and winning the game 31-21. The Rainbow gonna punch right back here, rolling out with Hicks. He's feeling a little icy, feeling a little cold, but gets Haddad to go up the field. And Haddad, he might not be been able to get too much going on the ground so far in this game, but through the air, Haddad has been a weapon. That's arguably some of the two of the biggest plays of San Diego State's offense. He had that streak touchdown earlier, and that's a gigantic play. All the momentum was going to Colorado State side. They're down by 10 following that interception. Being able to get a nice 50-yard play there or whatever it was, huge for the offense of San Diego State and Rainbow. Then we try to get him back on the run. Again, that user defense of Spicy and Colorado State really all over the runs here of Haddad and the Aztecs. So now it's going to be a 2nd and 7, staying in this spread, staying in. So now we're actually going to a cover 4. It's been a lot of cover 3 so far from Colorado State. Now down in the red zone, going to cover 4 should help if we're trying to go for any seam beating type plays, but that is kind of the downside of it, especially when we were shaded underneath there, which it looked like we were. Finds that curl route over on the right. And look at these two quarterbacks, 260 yards, 320 yards for Hicks, as we're looking to bring this back to a 1-score game. 3 minutes 13 seconds left here in the third. 1st and goal at the 8 for San Diego State. Poet didn't even know it. Get a little jet motion. We are going to try to hit that jet touch pass. Cut it up. Beautiful. The Winter Soldier. God bless this man. He is a stud. He is an absolute animal. Absolute beautiful cut. Perfect timing. Takes it in for the score on the jet sweep. And beautiful answer back there. San Diego State back to a 3-point game. Let's see if their defense can even the scales here again. After another big play by Kareem the Dream Worthy, Colorado State is threatening here once again. Ball at the 37-yard line. I believe Kareem Worthy's already at 150 yards in this game. Guy is having an unbelievable day, and there's that seam streak again. This time, though, McMillan able to find his man. That is number 87, Miles Scobie. Absolutely torched his man on that seam streak in Colorado State's offense. 3 plays, 76 yards, 53 seconds off that clock, keeping all the pressure on San Diego State. But just a couple plays later, and here comes Rainbow. Ball at Colorado State's 36. Looking to get it back to a 1-score game here, potentially before the 4th quarter. We will see. We're going with the big slot fade. We got him. Is that a good ball by Hicks? It is not. He pass led it just a touch too far. See, that is exactly that he's trying to challenge that. This is exactly the danger of this type of D. So we were in cover 6. Let's see, do we shade any sort of way, or do we just keep match? Looks like we did just keep match, and that inside quarter like bit in for a second. The curl flat wasn't, or not the curl, the quarter flat wasn't fast enough to keep up with it, and we had him, man. Hicks, that's a tough one to miss. We did see McMillan right before half miss what could have potentially been a touchdown. I think this one was a little bit worse, because boy was that guy open. Worth a challenge, who knows? Take a shot. Unfortunately, the booth is going to uphold that call. It is going to be a 2nd and 10 for San Diego State. Those hurt, especially when you got a quarterback that's been playing so well. Like, I feel like Hicks has been quite the stud for. See, I really feel like a slot fade or something could get open against this too, because we just, with how slow this guy is and their whole secondary is. Like, if we have something going deep over there, I like our chances. We are getting wild with some of these passes. We saw that's exactly how San Diego State threw an interception earlier. We were rolling out to the right, tried to throw it back over the middle, and then, well, not that one wasn't quite as over the middle, but it ended up getting intercepted. It's okay to throw the ball away sometimes. We'll be fine throwing the ball away every once in a while, instead of trying to force some of these passes, because we're kind of lucky that just ended up going to nobody. But now it's a 3rd and 10. Let's see, San Diego State, so it's gonna be a cover 4 shaded underneath cover 4 from Colorado State. Yeah, oh, big man. Oh, the Winter Soldier. Trust your big time players. The ball is underthrown perfectly. Trayvon Hicks knew exactly what he was doing. Of course, that was like a back shoulder throw. We'll just go with it. Why not? Gets it to the Winter Soldier, able to come back and make the play on it. I mean, those are the breaks we need. Those are the breaks we need. If we're down 10, 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter against an offense like Colorado State, we need every break we can get, so we'll take that. Going back to Haddad, and again, man, that Rams run defense absolutely all over him. And another injury, I believe that's the 2nd injury to San Diego State's offensive line, which is devastating for teams like these. But Haddad gets it for really nothing there. It's gonna be a 2nd and goal at the 4. Coming back in our spread. See, yeah, because against a look like this, we don't really want to be running the rock here. We have our curl flats down, or do we? Oh. Looked like potential, but again, that Superman dive, the user defense, the user tackle by Spicy, able to bring him down short. Y off trips. Let's see if we're going to be able to get this play off before the end of the quarter. Why off trips? I'm thinking tight end RPO here for sure. I don't know if we've seen San Diego State run. See, yeah, Colorado State's thinking that too. He's getting over there to watch that. Oh, it wasn't though, because that tight running back was actually going in motion. But we didn't get the playoff anyway, so doesn't really matter. 3rd and goal at the 4, starting the 4th quarter here. Gotta have it for San Diego State. Well, so I'm not sure if he gets this or not. But if you don't, do you take your 3 to make it a 7-point game? I kind of feel like you should. Especially after that. But yeah, come out and field goal. Come out and field goal. Take your 3, make it a 7-point game. Somehow, some way, we'll take it. We'll take it. So Rainbow and San Diego State able to get down the field there, bring it back to a 1-score game. Now, can the defense, we still have it scaled just a little bit in favor of Colorado State. That's how they've got the 7-point lead. Let's see if the Aztecs defense can come up with something here. And here's their shot. They have forced a 4th and 2. They got a big sack on 1st down. Then Colorado State just kind of chipped away on the next couple plays. And we got a 4th and 2. The best chance San Diego State's had to get off this field yet. Going back. Let's see. So we got that shake route. Then we got a couple flats and then a couple in-breaking routes. Kind of hoping he is in zone coverage. We could hit an underneath there. Going for the playmaker. And McMillan, the defense all over him. But McMillan jukes back inside and is able to pick up the 1st down. It was a great time to go to man there by Rainbow and by San Diego State. He had absolutely nowhere to throw that ball. Tried to playmaker. Wasn't getting open there either, so it's all on the legs of McMillan, who makes it happen, who gets it done. So 38-31 still. Colorado State in field goal range. This is right about where they hit that one right before half. We'd see maybe Stadium Pulse would actually be in effect if they tried another kick here. Maybe we'll see. I actually have no idea. But we're going to go back to our whip routes. Potentially had them. Oh, that's going to be a grounding. Ooh, lost at 12. If we threw that right away, maybe we had one of those whip routes, but that was another just good coverage there by San Diego State. Really not too many places for McMillan to throw that ball. We're going to try to sneak a little tight end screen in here. Love it. Love it, Eric Berry. How did number 96 react to that in time? What a play by that defensive end of the Aztecs. Looked like a lot of green grass was just in front of Barry there, but from behind comes that defensive end, bringing him down for a very short gain. Now it's a 3rd and 20, ball at the 41. I don't know if we could kick from here. I'm wondering if Spicy and Colorado State just try to take 5 or 10 yards and set yourself up for a field goal, or we're going to maybe try to get 10 and potentially either kick or make it a much more manageable 4th down. We are going to go for that quick drag. We're going to try to just get a few yards, but number 85, oh my goodness, Mr. Sheed Jamerson. I was calling him Jameson. I wrote down Jamerson, but then when I was looking at it, I was like, there's no way that's right. That can't be actually be Jamerson. It has to be Jameson. I thought I just typed it wrong. Kicked it too much power, and the kick is up. The kick is no good. So San Diego State's defense does get them off the field there. The crowd's starting to come alive a little bit. The Stadium Pulse getting in the kicker's head, and they are down by 7 with the ball. 3.5 minutes to go. In 2nd and 8, they're going to come out in an empty bunch here. We've seen the empty bunch a few times. Let's see. So only rushing 2. We got some time to roll out, try to playmaker or something. We're going to try a deep shot. And it's intercepted by Ty. We go for it all. What a cannon arm by Hicks, by the way, to get that ball all the way to the end zone. Just uncorked that one. But Hicks is able to come over from our left to the middle of the field and jumps in front of it. Just when, I mean, this has been kind of the story of the game, it feels like. Colorado State's defense has just always been that one step ahead. That every time San Diego State's defense comes up and makes a big play, gets a big stop, gets the ball back, Colorado State's defense answers right back and tilts it right back in their favor. Now we're going to try a deep shot. Just throw it away for the love of God. Thank you. I was really waiting. I was waiting for that one to get uncorked to that deep post. Thank you for throwing that ball away. See, now it's Byron Walker in there. I don't know if McMillan got a little banged up on that last drive or what, but we have a pretty solid backup here anyway with Colorado State. Going with a little slide RPO over to the left, able to pick up 5 yards on that one. 3rd and 5. Miles Scobie on that reception. Yeah, at this point, I think we'll just kind of rock with the rest of the game here. see what happens over these last 3 minutes. We have third and 5. Byron Walker still in the backfield here for Colorado State. I love those tight end posts. Tight end corner routes. I really think those are good routes. We'll see if that's where we're looking here. If it's man, that's definitely where we're looking. We had it. Oh, we had it. Oh, we had the stem down corner out on our tight end was wide open over on the right, but Walker doesn't have that experience, isn't used to this stadium pulse, gets a little rattled by the crowd, goes for the check down to the left and overthrows it, and it's an incompletion. So 4th and 5, Colorado State going to be going for this at their own 25 with 2.5 minutes left and a 7-point lead. I'm wondering if we saw the tight end there and we're just going for it again. We have it. We have it. We threw it so late. Oh no. We had it for a second there. I think that was some match coverage by San Diego State. It looked like he was on it for a second, ended up leaving it when it got closer to the sideline, and Walker again. Bad ball by our backup quarterback. The Aztec faithful absolutely getting to the Colorado State team. First the kicker, then the backup quarterback, and it's giving the Aztecs some life here. Another shot. 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Ball at Colorado State's 25-yard line, down by 7. Coming out. So we are coming out in some Y-off trips outside of the goal line here. So maybe that wasn't in the tight end RPO. Trying to get Haddad going on the ground, but again, not much doing there. He's made an impact through the air. On the ground, though, Haddad has not quite been the guy for San Diego State here today. That is going to take us to our 2-minute warning with a 7-point game, a huge third down coming up here. Obviously, 4-down territory here for the Aztecs, but we'll see if it even comes down to that. We're back in our cover 3. See, Yep. The downside, the threat, and of course it's Haddad. Haddad has been unbelievable here today. So I believe we came out in a 3-high double cloud here again. Or 3-high, cover 3 double cloud. Let's see what adjustments we made here. So this is our outside third. And now what Colorado State had been doing, which they weren't able to do on this play, is they took this third and would back him up to like around where that first down marker is, kind of above this guy. So he's actually being able to get back and guard some things. This time we don't get it off, and we switched on to the third. That's another reason we want to move him out, so we're not accidentally switch sticking onto him, and it leaves Cortez Haddad 94 yards, his second receiving touchdown of the day. Been a menace through the air, and we have a tie ball game with less than 2 minutes to go. But this is very similar to the situation we saw in the first half too, though. We got a minute 57, we got 3 timeouts, and an offense like Colorado State's. I think we're gonna be able to move this ball okay. It's a read RPO. I thought for sure we were gonna try to throw that to B at the end there. I thought for sure he got close to that left sideline and was pretty dang wide open, but I'm pretty sure that's one of those passes too that your quarterback's just never gonna make. That's always gonna be like sailed over his head and incomplete, or your guy just won't react to it. Something stupid's gonna happen. Going back to that shade down corner out, we're gonna have it. Yep. Good ball that time by McMillan. Finds Caleb Presley in 2 plays in Colorado State. Already essentially in field goal range. Oh, was that Byron Walker again? Apologies, Byron Walker. You kind of sold Colorado State a little bit on that last drive, but that is a huge throw rolling out to the right, dead on the money to Caleb Presley. I mean, we would like to get closer for sure for Colorado State, especially after what happened on that last field goal. We'd like to get one more first down here. But San Diego State, remember, they burned that timeout, challenging the potential touchdown catch they had earlier on that wide open slot fade that Hicks just overthrew a little bit. So now they take one there. They've only got 1 timeout left, 40-second play clock. Colorado State, if they wanted to, could just go run. We're trying to sneak an RPO in there. The RPOs with like hot routed streaks, just so I really hope in College Football 27 they take out being able to hot route RPOs. I hate that. Nothing against Spicy or Colorado State. I just think it's not something that should be in the game, but it is, so you obviously can do it. But I just wish they would take it out. But a big stop on that run play by San Diego State. Now a 3rd and 8, but we're out of time. No, we do still have 1 timeout left. Oh, okay. Yeah, Colorado State ran it down. Then they took a timeout, I believe, there. So 3rd and 8, 48 seconds, going back to our empty. Just looking for something underneath with that shake route threatening deep. If he's in zone, go for the whip. Ooh. Man, that was a close one. That was a close one. Going to the short side there. Potentially had the guy or B receiver closer to the sideline there. We had that linebacker right over the middle, hits it perfectly in that little pocket. Now a 4th and 2. We could try the 39-yard field goal, give San Diego State some time. And what a throw there, too, with the defensive tackle right in his lap. Or we are going to go for it and essentially try to end the game right here. Let's see if we're going to go with that same combo. Couple flats, couple return routes, or we're going to go with zigs this time. We are going to have a return route on the left. I think we're trying to do one on the right. Yes, we are. So a couple return routes, tight end. Oh my gosh, that route is unreal. That route is so good. Just absolutely cooks the man in man coverage. Caleb Presley again coming down. Oh no, Caleb Presley, San Diego State. Eric Berry coming down with that one again, and that should just about do it for this one. Colorado State picking up that first down. We can just run out clock here, just run the ball, get right in the middle of the field, take our timeout, kicks up. Kick is good. Unbelievable action between these two teams here. The back and forth was crazy. Like, these offenses were moving. Really came down to the defensive side of things and who could step up, who could make those big plays. And it did end up fairly even with San Diego State being able to get that last stop, but that is going to be a victory for Spicy and his Colorado State Rams. Great game to both Spicy and Rainbow. Ton of fun to watch those two offenses in action. They ended up with 486 yards for Colorado State, 457 for San Diego State, nearly 1,000 yards of offense between the two teams here, both averaging around 9 yards per play. Both actually ended up running the ball 15 times, which I'm surprised by, but I think Colorado State ran with their quarterback a little bit more. Passing wise, both teams unbelievable. Third downs, 5 for 11 for 5 for 7 for Rainbow. Very impressive. Keep those drives going. But the turnover battle, 4 interceptions thrown by San Diego State, only 2 by Colorado State. We did get some turnover on downs in there, which I believe don't count in this for whatever reason, but I believe it all came out pretty square at the end of the day in terms of defenses making big plays. We look at our player stats here. McMillan, I'm not sure what happened to him at the end of that game, but he ends with 378 and 3 scores, going 21 for 32 passing. Walker looked pretty sketchy on that opening drive for Colorado State, but was able to put it together, comes in for the game-winning drive for Spicy and the Rams, so at least he was able to step up and get that done for him. Rushing-wise, yeah, see, McMillan ran 10 times for 19 yards. The running back only took it 3 times for 10. Receiving, of course, Kareem the Dream Worthy, 7 for 163 and a score. The tight end Eric Berry, that shake route was open just all day long. 10 for 162 and a score. Scobie gets on the board, 6 for 82. Just well spread out. Good attack there from Colorado State. A nightmare for defenses to go against. Then on the San Diego State side of things, Trayvon Hicks, 413 yards, 4 touchdowns, just those 4 interceptions. There's definitely a few times in there where maybe we throw the ball away. But against an offense like Colorado State, you do kind of want to push. You do want to make some things happen and force things a little bit. Rushing-wise, Haddad ends up with 12 for 43. Does get a touchdown on the ground, but really he made his big impact through the air. Not as big as an impact as Chad the Winter Soldier, 7 for 156 and a score. The tight end Caleb Presley, 7 for 102 and a score. And Haddad, 4 for 94, 2 touchdowns for the San Diego State running back. So again, great game to both of our guys there. Ton of fun to watch. So let's take a quick look around what else happened in our dynasty here in week 5 of year 5. Starting with our Platinum Conference, the Mountain West, Rice heads into Baton Rouge and takes down the Tigers 42-13, moves them to 4-1 on the season. Louisiana, this is one of our user games, took down Texas State of Conference USA 35-6. The number 1 ranked Ragin' Cajuns, our national champions in year 3, our runners up in year 4, looking to get back on the top of the podium this year. But we got a gauntlet of a conference schedule coming up. We'll see what ends up happening there. James Madison takes care of the FCS, those poor little fishies, 73-0. Toledo, this is going to end up being a force win for Toledo. They were playing the game and then disconnected or something like that, but Toledo was up comfortably, so Toledo is going to get the win in this one. Going to move them to 5-0. So them and Louisiana, number 1 and 2 in the country, which makes a lot of sense. They were our national championship game in year 3 And in year 4, Toledo, a reigning defending conference champion. Oregon State taking on Miami, won this one 44-31. But Uncle Drew, who's actually going to be our Old Dominion's opponent next week, posted a crazy clip in the Discord. I'm actually going to see if I can show it to you guys right now. Yeah, this actually worked out nice, so I can just show it right here. So Oregon State on offense against Miami. Look at this play by the Miami defensive line. This is just preposterous stuff. This is just EA doing EA things. So the pressure gets in, whatever. Throws, bounces off his own offensive lineman, and then is intercepted by the Miami defensive lineman. I mean, come on. At least Oregon State ended up getting the win in this one, but this is crazy. I like the slow motion replay here. Pressure gets in off his offensive lineman's face and into the lap. Into the lap of the Miami defender, but Oregon State comes off with a win 44-31, and Tulsa takes care of East Carolina 84-14. I imagine that Tulsa defensive line just... It's bad enough against other Mountain West teams. Against teams in these lower conferences, that Tulsa defensive line is preposterous. It's crazy. So then down to our Gold Conference, Conference USA. We saw Texas State. We saw Georgia State. North Texas takes down FIU 52-31. And another user game I couldn't find clips of. I checked Crizzle's YouTube and didn't see the video up there, so I don't know what's going on with that. But 52-31, North Texas getting the big win there against FIU. Sam Houston takes down Hawaii 44-35, and UAB beats the FCS Southeast. The Little Fishies really had a tough week between this and James Madison. They were really put through the ringer here. Then our Silver Conference, the American UNLV, looks like not going to be playing. I mean, they still got a few hours till advance, but looks like they're probably not going to be playing their game against Kansas. USF is giving the Force a loss to Army. So I'm going to make sure I have that set. So that's going to be an Army win. Unfortunately, USF just wasn't available throughout the week. Work, life, things get in the way. Totally fine. Not a problem. As long as you let people know. If you just go MIA for the full 72 hours, you're kicked out. We have a wait list of like 25 people. So as long as you let people know you're not going to be available to play a game, that's A-okay. So Army's going to get the Force win there. Colorado State. We saw all of these. I believe we saw everything in our bronze division. The Sun Belt here. Oh, there were some CPU games in here. Southern Miss gets to 4-0 with their win against the FCS Midwest, 59-10 there. Temple getting to 4-1. The one loss to the #1 team in the country, Louisiana, 48-17. Georgia Southern takes down Maryland, 45-6. The Eagles getting to 4-1. UTSA wins a nail biter against the Arizona State Sun Devils, 38-35. And Memphis FCS Midwest again, 42-10 with the Tigers victory there. I just want to make sure before we get out of here, just to have video reference, just in case something crazy happens. Force Toledo win, and we force the Army win here for week 5. But that's going to be it for our full league wrap up here. We will be back with finally an Old Dominion user game, as we are going to be taking on Uncle Drew, the new daddy, and his Oregon State Beavers. Then we'll have a game of the week for week 6, and then that's going to be kind of the schedule going through the rest of the season, as Old Dominion is going to be done with bye weeks. It's all going to be games from here on out. We'll take a look at Old Dominion's schedule here. Why not? While I'm talking about it, while I'm thinking about it. So we had our 3 CPU games. We had our straight sim against East Carolina that luckily we were able to win that. I'm not sure how that happened. Then our back-to-back buys. Now for the rest of the way, we've got a home game against Oregon State, our first Mountain West game of the season. We have one more out-of-conference game as we head to Army. We are 1-1 against Army over the last 2 seasons, so we had to have a little deal, or a little tiebreaker. Flipped a coin to see who the home team was, and it ended up being the Army Black Knights. Then we get into some nasty business at #1 Louisiana, home for #2 Toledo, at #12 Rice, at #11 JMU, home for #8 Tulsa, home for #6 Utah State, both 99 overall teams. Our goal for this season, much like last season, is going to be avoid relegation. If we can find a way to do that, sneak 2, maybe 3 Mountain West wins in, it's a successful season for us, considering we're an 82 overall 1.5-star program. So we'll see what ends up happening for us there. It's all going to start though against Uncle Drew and Oregon State. So I'll see you guys for that one. Hope you enjoyed this one. Until then, take it easy.